Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are going to get into the new moon in Gemini today. And this is practical magic. And this whole Feng Shui method, everything that we do here is practical and magical come together. I have a good friend who says that this is the secret to her success, is where all of the things that are intuitive and magical come together with all of the things that are ethereal and mystical and spiritual. And when you bring them together, you have this amazing union of greatness. Because if I just follow my instincts, just 100,000%, I want to leave this. I love my house, but I want to leave this city. And I would leave tomorrow. But logically speaking, leaving tomorrow isn't quite it, but planning to leave is. And so it's that balance between listening to your intuition and following your instincts and always acknowledging and honoring your feelings, mixed in with the logical, the pragmatic stuff. And when they come together, you have genius. And this is going to inform the month ahead in so many amazing ways, because it's going to be all the genius of your life wisdom, the practical life wisdom that you've learned, mixed with all of the magic of your intuition, your knowing, your inner guidance. And when that comes together, you are really in your power and super unstoppable. So I love the overarching themes of this moon, and I'm so excited to get into it all. So this is a time of change, change, change. It's mutable energy. It's not fixed. So it's not like this is a time of experimentation, of being flexible, of really adapting, and again, following your feelings, and this sense of being open to the possibilities, open to the infinity of things that are possible to make big breakthroughs. And this is joyful, it's fun, it's alive. And for the month ahead, this can really help you to supercharge everything that you're doing and really take things to a higher level. So the Breakthrough Camp is open now for registration. For those of you who don't know, it's an 8-week immersion in Feng Shui for your chakras, for the energy in your body and the energy in your home to get in alignment with what you want so that you can make breakthroughs with more ease. And this happens once a year. It's a lot of people say this is the Supercharger Camp that they've ever done, this Feng Shui immersion. You'll declutter and organize and re-energize and magnetize your home. At the same time, you will start to do that in your life. And this year, I am full on doing the Breakthrough Camp with everyone, from top to bottom, realigning everything. Whenever you want to make a big shift, and this is something for this moon that's so important, whenever you want to make a big shift, it's so important that you are grounded within yourself, feeling your voice expressed, feeling yourself aligned in the actions that you're taking, so that it becomes easier and easier to trust yourself, to have that confidence, to have the magnetism, to have the dynamism, to be able to make big things happen. And so you can find all the details for the Breakthrough Camp below. And it is definitely the practical meets the magical, and where it comes together, your home changes, your life changes, and all of the circumstances in your lifestyle start to change as you reorganize the universe in your favor. And so as we dive into this moon, we're going to talk about your home and the practical meets the magical and where it comes together. So this is a moon for communication. And I'm actually going to talk about this first and then get into your home stuff, because it's really important. So communication is everything. It's how we connect, and we communicate on so many levels. We communicate with our energy. We communicate with the tone of our voice. We communicate with our facial expressions. We communicate with our body language. We communicate psychically. We communicate in so many ways. And then, of course, we send emails. We're on social media. Some of us are making videos, like all different ways that you communicate. And the key for this time is to really balance your communication. Meaning, if you are pushing and overly talking, like overly trying to convince people of your viewpoint, or overly trying to force things, or putting out so much energy towards something and it feels wrong or it feels forced, that's the time to go, okay, this is the month to dial things back a little bit and get into balance, because that's exhausting and it's also not as strong. Your communication is not as strong if there's just so much. I don't know if you've ever had a long conversation with someone and you're trying to convince them of something and you forget what you're even saying. That's what I mean when it's not as effective after a while. It's time to dial things back, get clarity, and communicate more clearly. Now, the other way is also true. If you are communicating not enough, if you're holding things back, if you're not showing up, if you've been hiding out, if there are things you've wanted to say or ways you've wanted to use your energy to bring yourself out into the world and you've been holding yourself back, now is the time to go, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to do this, because this is where you're going to have that opening of energy, where things are going to come to you more easily. So ask yourself, have I been communicating too little, or have I been communicating too much? And it might not be either, but this is a good time to balance that flow, because ultimately it's going to make things more, again, aligned and connected and super effective and powerful. If I showed up and did a 24-hour live stream every single day, chances are I wouldn't know what to say, or like a 10-hour live stream every day, all day long, I just live streamed. You wouldn't know what I was talking about. I wouldn't know what I was talking about. And so this is where getting really clear, really effective is going to make a huge difference. Now, in your home, this clarity, again, the practical and the magical come together. This clarity can be amplified so that everything you do in your life is going to be infused with both the practical stuff of your wisdom and knowledge and brilliance, and the magical stuff of your intuition, your energy, the downloads from the universe, all of it coming together, so that it is this beautiful, resonant, clear, powerful expression of you. And when you're in that place, you become magnetic. Things come to you, things fall into place, everything starts working out. It's magical. So now, to do this, one of the practical things you can do is wash your windows. When you wash your windows, you are clearing the eyes of your home so that your perception is more clear. So cleaning your windows really well. If you can't wash both sides of your windows, even just the inside that you can reach is powerful. But washing your windows is an incredible act, symbolic and practical act of creating clarity. They also tend to be ignored. So this is a great way to unearth more high vibes, more freshness. It's awesome. I like to wash my windows with a mix of half and half white vinegar and water, because white vinegar is an energy clearing tool, not just an amazing cleaner. It also clears and boosts energy, and the smell of vinegar will wear off and you will be left with sparkling, shining, high vibrational space. And it's amazing. Now, another thing you can do is dust and polish all your surfaces. So your desktop, your countertops, your mantles, your coffee tables, every surface that you have, dust and polish, again, creating more clarity in a practical way. There is a way that you feel after things are polished, and even just washing off your desk every day. It's something that I talk about in the office Feng Shui video. How many of you, I'm curious, if you wash your workspace, if you have a desk every day or at least frequently, because when you do, you get this real burst, this real refresh. Yes, remove everything and dust, get everything off, take everything off the countertops, really get in there and clean. New moons are fresh starts. So we want to have this fresh start of clarity, and it's going to help you to feel so together. What does it feel like? That's the best way I could describe it, together. what it feels like when your house is meticulous. You feel so together. You literally feel your energy stronger. You might even feel taller. It's such a great, relaxing, grounding, calming, aligning feeling. And it's super practical on so many levels. Now, in addition, there are all sorts of magical things that you can do for this new moon. One of my favorite magical things you can do is burn some bay leaves. So I was looking around and I actually am going to the store after this. So I'm going to go get some bay leaves because I burned all the bay leaves that I had. But from the spice rack, if you have them in your house, grab a dried bay leaf. You can write, if you'd like, an affirmation like love or abundance or money or opportunity. You might need to write small, but I just use a pen and write my little affirmation on my bay leaf. And then when you burn it, you imagine that affirmation going out into the universe. But at the same time, what you're doing is filling your home with super incredible calming energy. There's actually a chemical property that's released when you burn bay leaves. It's called Linolool. And this Linolool really helps your body to calm down. And so this can be very calming and very centering and very grounding, but also very symbolic. And so if there's something that you're looking to really bring in, get 1, 2, 3 bay leaves, write affirmations on them, just one word, they're small, and burn them. Now, if your bay leaves are not super dry, sometimes when they come out of the spice rack, they're really dry. Sometimes they're dried, but they're not fully dry. When you light them, they may not burn fully. So you may need to relight it several times in order to get it to fully burn. And I always do this over an ashtray safely. But that's something to keep in mind. If you want your bay leaves to burn better, then the best thing that you can do is to leave them out for a day or so. So take some out, take a couple out, put them in an ashtray, put them on a plate somewhere, let them dry out even more, and then burn them, and you will have like a really good burn on those bay leaves. And it really is a beautiful thing. In some cultures, burning bay leaves is done similar to how in some cultures sage is burned or other ceremonial herbs. So very, very powerful and a long lineage of using bay leaves practically and magically. And another thing you can do is to clap in your corners. So after your house is clean, you feel everything fresh, clapping in your corners can help to break up stagnation. So energy gets stuck and stagnant. You know what it feels like when you're stuck and stagnant. It can really build up in your home. And so if you have stuck, stagnant energy, walk around in each room, go to the corners and start clapping. And as you clap, just imagine that this energy is moving all the stagnation out of the corners. You can even open some windows to send that old energy out and welcome in the new. Thank you so much, Dreamweaver. That is so amazing. I'm so happy that you enjoy, and that's so generous. And I'm so happy that you enjoy these live streams. Thank you all for being here. And I will try to create a regular-ish schedule so that more people know. Everyone says, I didn't know you were going to be live. I'm really working to create a more regular-ish schedule so that it's out in advance so that you guys know if you want to be here live and ask a bunch of questions, you can. You can always ask questions afterward. And if you like this video, please don't forget to do the YouTube things and subscribe if you haven't, because I do tons and tons and tons of videos, and share this with friends to do a ritual together for the new moon. Now, I appreciate all of it. It really helps the work get out into the world. Now, one other big thing you can do for this specific new moon, because this is such a call to level up your life, to level up your creativity, to level up your communication, to level up the energy around you, to invest your energy in the places that are going to bring you the biggest rewards, to manifest things and get things done, is to do the free series. It's a whole class. It's way bigger than I would usually do on YouTube. It's over an hour long. It's available below. It's totally free. It's the introduction to the Breakthrough Camp, but it is a full-on experience. You will make a manifesting bowl. You will clear the energy of your house. You will do so much to start shifting the story in your house. And you can find those free videos linked below. So they're only going to be up for a few more days this year. So dive in. They'll be down by the day of the new moon. Chances are they should be, yes. So get in there, get them done, and enjoy them all. This is so much fun and kind of perfect timing to level everything up around you, especially your focus. So all the things we talked about in your home, not only are they energizing and expanding and freshening and symbolic, but also they are fantastic to increase your focus. Your focus is magic. Your focus can move mountains. Your focus is the power of your intention. We talk about intention and setting intentions, but really what it comes down to is your focused energy and attention. This whole school of Feng Shui, this whole unique method of Feng Shui is taught in the school of intention, which is basically the school of focused energy and attention, where you are focusing where you're going to make the biggest breakthroughs, rather than being all over the place or spaced out or burned out, or feeling not at home in your home. Showing up, getting plugged in, tapped in, and as Abraham Hicks says, like turned on your high flying disc, making amazing things happen. So this is a very high flying disc, high vibrational month ahead in so many ways, if you choose to jump onto that path. I'm so glad that you love these ideas, and I hope that you're using them. Jody, that makes me so happy. And Renee, I'm so happy to see you too. When can we expect a book? I already have a notebook dedicated to your information. There are ebooks that you can find on the website, fengshuidana.com, which is in the description. And I've actually, I have turned down multiple book offers from publishers because of something we could talk about right now, which is communication and not being censored. And I am fundamentally unwilling to allow my work to be edited or presented in a way that waters it down or changes its essence. And until I find the publisher, and I may have, but until I find a publisher who can preserve that for me, who will allow me to have that freedom, I would much rather show up and make you guys videos and do these camps with all of you. If you haven't done a Feng Shui camp, I highly recommend, if you want to really dive in and start doing stuff. But you can also get the ebooks, and Feng Shui 101 is being redesigned in the next week. So if you're looking at that book, hold off because it's going to be redesigned so you can get a brand new one. But that's the reason why. And this has a lot to do with your integrity and your communication. So this is another thing you can look at in the month ahead, infusing so much more creativity and the spirit of who you are into everything you do without compromise. And so how can you do that for yourself in the month ahead? Maybe it's writing different kinds of emails at work. Maybe it's speaking to coworkers and having the conversations you need to have. Maybe it's taking a creative risk and starting something completely new. What can you do to bring more creativity to your communication, to bring more of you to everything that you're doing? It can be as simple as getting dressed up in different ways that make you feel good. This is such a powerful, powerful, powerful way to go through life, to lean into life. And so the more you are uncompromising with your communication, and I don't mean being stubborn. This is actually the opposite of being stubborn. It's about being open. This is a time of openness, of change, of creative risk. If you want to really take those quantum leaps forward, you have to be there. And this is all the throat chakra. It's all your expression. Again, this is a lot of what we do in the breakthrough camp when we go through your energy. opening up your creative expression so that you aren't censoring yourself, you aren't holding yourself back, and you aren't making compromises. And this can be in your personal relationships, it can be in your work, it can be in your creative work, it can be in the choices that you're making, the dreams that you're dreaming, the things that you are settling for or not settling for. All of this is part of how we are actualizing our potential. And I consider this Feng Shui work to be a Feng Shui practice of self-actualization, of reaching sort of the pinnacle where all of your gifts and talents are truly getting expressed in life. And I'm still working on self-actualization, so I imagine many of you guys are. And this is really, really, really powerful. So on that note, this is a time to set a series of intentions for yourself, where you want to focus your energy and attention, to set your intentions for the month ahead based on joy, following how you feel, obviously looking at what's practical and needs to get done, but really make a list of the outcomes that you want to see, the outcomes you want to experience, the things you want to have in your life, not because you've been saying them or someone says you need a new job or someone says you need to make a change, but because they feel right. And this is really, really important. If your one intention for the month ahead is to be happier or to feel more vibrant and vital and recharged, that's amazing. If you have a couple of more things you'd like to do this month, that's amazing too. The key is that they're all truly joyful, truly, truly joyful. And this is going to make the biggest difference. Dreamweaver. I don't know what your real name is in real life, but I will tell you that if the right opportunity presents itself, I absolutely will do a physical book. And there is a publisher that I can follow up with that I haven't yet and see. Maybe this is the one. It's the one that I think I feel the most aligned with, but we shall see. I'm really hoping too, because it would be so fun to be able to do this. And in the meantime, please take advantage of all of anything that I can share. Ask questions. If you want me to make a video for you, I'm happy to at any time. And get into even just the free video series and do the stuff, because there are resources there are printable things where you can really get into all of the ritual in a bigger way. So you can find those below. And I am so incredibly grateful for all of you. And I'm wishing you for the month ahead that you are finding a next level of creative risks, that you are finding more joy in every day, that you're bringing your practical and your magical self to everything that you do, that you're making things a little bit more fun, that you're open to new possibilities, doing things in new ways. That saying that we hear over and over and over and over again. If you do the same things, you get the same results. And I think they always attribute it to Einstein or someone like that, saying insanity is doing the same things all the time and expecting new results, something like that. But really in life, if you want new things, it's time to do new things. And sometimes it's not about taking new actions. Sometimes it's putting new energy behind the things you already do. That's new. That's a huge upgrade. So you don't have to work a million more hours. You don't have to struggle and stress and find, 10,000 more times that you can show up somewhere or do more work. Instead, what if you were to upgrade the energy, the creativity, the authenticity, the power behind everything that you do, wholeheartedly showing up, full voice showing up, really excited showing up for the things that you do? I promise you, it will make the biggest, biggest difference. And that is my wish for all of you this month. The biggest, most amazing and joyful breakthroughs. So on that note, if you have questions, comments, things that you need, please leave them below. And thank you guys so much. I love the whole chat that you guys are having in the comments. And Please continue it when this is posted. I love hearing from you. And I really love hearing what happens when you start doing the things and see how it works for you. This is a practice based not on hoping and wishing, but on creating and seeing the results. And I love hearing the results. So practical, magical month ahead. Have a wonderful, wonderful week and weekend. Bye, everyone.